I think we're live. Definitely certain we're live. I'm probably wrong, we're probably not live, however apparently to this we're live. There's a car on the grass. Hello everyone! We're actually live. It is, we're live. This is great news. So, here we go. Hello everyone, welcome to Germany. After the amount of problems we've had today, we've got 11 minutes left to qualify, because we've missed half of it already. However, we're here. I'm on my own again, because no one's here ever. However, we've actually got live. So, this is good. It's an upside. We're actually here. My net's about as stable as Honda right now. It took about 5 attempts to get actually started. But we're here. Castanet is fast. Ibrich is second. Vectro is third. There's a comment already. It's... Why has it done that? Oh, for God's sake, stream. Oh, I hate this. No. I can rename you. My game's crashed. Oh, for God's sake. PSN is the worst thing to ever come out of anything right now. It doesn't work. It just crashes. It's physically incapable of working. And now it's rename my videos, because, yeah. Hold on a second, I can rename you. There we go. That should be better. There we go. Apologies for that. The stream's being annoying, as per usual. But we are live. And this is the right title now, because apparently to my PlayStation it's called something different. But as per usual, Pearson doesn't like me anymore, because it's a Honda. But we're back. Where was I? Yeah, this is Group 1, for anyone wondering. There is 2 groups as well. 8 minutes to go. I'm on my own again, because for some reason none of the commentary partners ever seem to want to turn up. Hello to Wolf, who's here. So, we are actually officially live, and it is working. So, Cass, Ibrit, Vectro, Matteo, Dan Speed, Iceman, Rip It, Mayo, Mathasar, and Gav. We've got quite a lot. Yes, I have returned to the living after my fatal crash. If you didn't know, there was a horrible accident, and there was also another one. That's Math Gamer on. I believe that'd be not Hussar. Who is that? Matteo. Indeed, good to see you've got your time trial set up. Hopefully, if my stream works and stays up long enough, because right now this is as far as I've got about the PlayStation exploding with the Honda internet I had. Hopefully something happens, because it's annoying and I don't like it. There's Kassler. Well, we were meant to have other commentators here, but for some whatsoever reason, they're not here again. And it's becoming more than frustrating for me. But nonetheless, I'm here for you, a beautiful lot today, in the beautiful sunny Ostravshaven, whatever the name's called. I cannot pronounce it, because it's German, and I can't pronounce everything. There's zeppelins everywhere. There's beer. It's a fun day, and it's a fun time to be here, as you go on an onboard lap of Castanet Lane, down into turn number 1. Very hard tricky, braking downhill there, straightens out just about here onto the apex lane. in Evildragonxxl. Easy to run wide there in one of the horriblest first corners ever. Out here into the long right-hander here, going up a few gears then onto the little back straight here, not the back straight, just a straight away here. We're down into a heavy braking up, slightly hill over the crest there, into a long left-hander. We're getting on the power up. Careful, it's an easy corner, it's a blind apex as well. Coming down a little bit uphill into this double left kink here. Layers one, break down a gear into the second, runs a bit wide, and then into the third, and straight into a right-hander at the next corner here. A long 180-degree corner nearly there, goes on to a mini straight, into a double chicane here. Right, left, right again. Long right-hander comes down to another long straight here. Coming down to another chicane, an easy, fast right. And then to a fast left again. Into the right-hander, he's run very, very deep. Across the gravel he goes, actually. And then there across the gravel, and into the armature barrier. And that's all she wrote there. Well, that was a beautiful on board, that. He's on board of Vector instead. Let's go on board of him. Coming through the long, long right-hander. Reaving here. Now, little thing... Oh, Vector misspun. Little thing me and Vector did find out. You are able to run wide here. There is actually no gravel there. So you can run out there as wide as you can, because for some reason it's not there. A bit of a glitch. Hopefully that'll be mended for PC2. Coming up the last corner. Down the hill again. A very flat circuit, you have to say, to be honest, compared to other tracks. But it's actually got quite a lot of undulation. Quite an old track to think as well. Not so certain about the stats about this racetrack. Locking up into turn number 1. Gets the car turned in. 2 cars ahead. That will be the Beamer. And I think that looks like one of the Porsches. Not long to go here. Cass is currently fastest in this session. 4 minutes to go. I think I'll be doing this commentating on my own as per usual, which is lovely. It doesn't help I've still got a slight cold from the past and my internet, so as per usual the stream may suddenly dramatically end again. Hopefully it doesn't. You know, the first corner could be interesting. It certainly will be. And I'm going to have a big discussion with our commentating group after on. Because there's, what, 10 of us? Nearly? And I'm the only one who ever turns up. And, well, I don't want to say this, but it's getting rather frustrating being the only one here. As Gt3 runs wide up towards the penultimate corner. Gets the car turned in and will head its way to the line again. Ooh, there's Castanet actually there, so Castanet and Gt3 together. Indeed, they do get quite a nice smooth track, the motorbikes around here, I think. You can see actually there, you can see they get rid of the first corner. It's a lot more flowing left-hander. Of course, the cars low probably a lot more dangerous if there, because if it's contact, it's going to be a lot harder because there isn't actually as much runoff there. However, the motorbike for some reason can do it because they're lucky. So, Castanet fastest then, Gt3 second, Matteo third, Vector fourth. Dan Speed is 5th, Iceman is 6th, Mayo 7th, Gav 8th, and Rip Up Hussar and Math Gamer round out the back there. Docking up there, the two teammates, that would be think that'd be Mayo. If I'm not, no, it's not Mayo. I don't know who that is. Ibrox, I'm pretty sure. Was it Cass? It's Cass. Yep, Cass, the two teammates. Oh, that's a very wide for Vectro, and he's disappeared to Narnia. There's another really cool running word. That's Ibrox. If I'm not mistaken, it is. Bouncing over the curbs there, down towards the braking zone. Gets the car turned in. Extremely good lad. 21 comments already. Hopefully Gav's going to introduce more racing leagues. We do hope so. We do believe there is more coming. Of course, hoping that eventually this league does progress to be a lot more people in it. Right now we're only limited to a few leagues at a time, the main big ones. That'll explain why Wolf went off last week. Indeed, 40 seconds to go, so I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. Cass is pole. Ibrit second, Matteo's in the pits. Vector's in the pits, so that is third and fourth. Dan's speed, can he improve? The answer is no, so he'll be fifth. Iceman's in the pits, so he's sixth. Mayo 7th, Gav is 8th, Rip at 9th, Hassar 10th, and Math Gamer is 11th. So that is the field all lined up already then. It's all lined up and it's all good. Indeed, just going to say, Wolf, could you tell the actual Gav group we are live for me, as you're actually the only one who's on there right now. And freaking, you're my kind of mini human friend. You can do it. Mini human friend. That made no sense. Congratulations, you've passed analogy. So, warm-up plan, indeed. Looking at all your comments. Bottom of them. Well, yeah, to go into that, I do like the those touch colour. Again, at the Clios, they're actually quite fun, of course. The junior categories to getting into GT cars on the career mode, so that'd be good to see, actually. That was the original idea I had in mind for us. Congratulations also to Wolf, he can't spell. There's Catherine going in the gravel, so everyone's ready and warmed up. So warm up generally at the time, people just have a little bit of a thing. Clear Cubs, yep. I think vehicles like that would be quite fun, to be honest. It did go to my original plan for what I had in mind for Les, having lots of little different categories as a captain that stops to do a little bit of a warm up, get ready there, and I think Vector almost went off there. Kept it together. Ginetta Junior Cub, that'll be fun indeed. That's basically the GT4 league we used to have. Just Ginettas everywhere. Indeed, that would be good for lower people coming out the academy. That is true. Of course, the GT3 is for people who have bronze and above, because if I'm correct... Yeah, I am correct. With that. So, the licensing kind of goes as a list. You've got the one tier that's for people like this, so like bronze license or above, so people like Wolf can go in it. And then you've got the kind of high license, which is the Formula C, which is kind of the high license, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure both of them may be bronze, but I'm not sure right this second. Off the top of my head. Indeed, like Wolf saying, Junior is a bronze series only, so only if you're able to be a bronze silver, a bronze license, not bronze silver, bronze license you can get in. Ah, Wolf is silver now. As you didn't know, I've got a plutonium license, as you do. Razy got on that. I'm a plutonium license. I am beautifully warm in my beautiful plutonium. There's a bit of battling here as well here in the warm-up session. That is Dan Speed having a little look at his fellow Porcelain. So it's good to see actually a few Porcelains in here. 3. We've got 3 of them. That's good. That's a good showing of them. Let's look at Dan Speed, our flying Scotsman. Doing quite well. I've been struggling a little bit, but hopefully can get a bit faster here, which will be good. As indeed gets past the black car, I'm pretty sure that would be Hussar. The answer is it is not. It's Iceman. It's not that because he's in a McLaren. As there's Vector flying around the outside into the going up the corner, and into the pit lane he will go. As everyone finishes their little warm-ups here before the start of the race. It's a intense little section where people just get ready to start. Indeed. So those are the grid. We know what the grid is now. We've already known, if you remember back, Cass will be on pole. Let's see if he can lead into turn number 1. We've got only a few seconds, 5 seconds to go. So get anything you're ready, and we'll be off racing shortly here in Germany. So those lights come on for round 2, and it's lights out, and away they go. And there's been a huge, humongous accident at the back there. Hussar 50 feet in the air. Gav involved with Math Game, and there's a monumental accident at the back. Meanwhile, up front, Matteo leads. Cass has dropped down to 3rd. So it's all gone wrong here. Banging at the back. Cass down into 3rd. So it's all kicked off here in the opening corners here with lag indeed. Iceman's got damage, I think, on the McLaren there. And Gav's also going to have damage. So the bottom 4 all out of damage already. So absolutely horrible start then. Down the back, however, up front, Matteo leads. Ibritz is 2nd. Cass is 3rd. Vectro up to 4th then, so he stayed where he is and is behind his championship rival. Dan Speed, a good start there, not involving contact. Rip It Up is in 6th. Hussar, Mayo, Iceman, Math, and Gav down the back after a little bit of lag. Indeed, Wolf saying it happened before turn 1. It happened, well, on the start line. A bit of lag. Happens to the best of us. So, the Porsche leads the way then. Ahead of Ibritz, Cass, Vector, and Dan Speed in a big long line. So it'll be interesting here to see who can actually get the jump here. And I think actually the Porsche is going for it already. So perhaps the Porsche a little easier getting those tyres warmed up and getting this jump straight away. However, Ibritz going to be under attack then from 3 very quick BMWs, or 2 should we say, and there goes 1 looking to the inside straight away into turn number 1. Don't going to get it there though. So indeed, looking back at the start there on stream, definitely a bit of lag here. There's a bit of a twitch going on for Ibritz left at the corner. As the stream seems to have gone and bugged out on my end. There we go, we're back again. So The stream deciding it wants to reset itself back to the stop because it's going to be annoying all day. So Castanet, Vector and Dan Speed all going to be hurtling on the back of Ibrit, who's run a bit wide. So Ibrit is going to be holding up these guys then to try and keep him behind Matteo. See how long he can do that for, because definitely sure, looks like Matteo's got the speed here. No, Castanet already having a look and pouncing immediately to the inside. He will go. In a bit of a squeeze, I think he's going to jump on the brakes. Let's see if he can go up the inside. Yes, no, he can't. Good defending then from the number something. The number 83 then, defending from the number 1 car. Great stuff here then. The other number 1 car, Vectro, ahead of Dan Speed. So the number 1, they're very down, having a little look up the inside there. But no cigar here. Rip it up. And Hussar, and there's a bit of battle there. Mayo and Iceman and Gav all the way down the back. Meanwhile, Cass continually to try and put pressure on second place and dives up the inside. Perhaps no, for a second I thought he did, though saying that. There is almost contact there. Dan Speed forcing Vector off wide. He's been struggling on the brakes there. He's got a car going way, way, way deep there in the gravel. That is Iceman going really, really deep there. Luckily to keep out of the hole there. Indeed, rip it up, struggling then. So Vectro behind Dan Speed. So Dan making a beautiful pass there into turn number 1 and 2. So great stuff there from the Scotsman. And Castanet stuck behind Ibrit there. Let's see how long that's going to take. He's continuing to put pressure on through the corner. So definitely pushing him. Trying to push him to catch up to Matteo here, actually. Indeed, so it's quite a good opening few laps then. Quite intense already. 47 of these laps to go. We're on lap 3. That means 45 laps to go indeed. So let's see if Castanet can put pressure on these two straight away on these opening laps. Because normally he's already up there and going flying, but the top 4, well, should we say the top 5, all in the same camera shot, which is great stuff to see. Indeed, Ibrit having a look up the inside of the leader then. Here goes Ibrit on the brakes. Can he get the car stopped? He's forcing. Yes, they make contact. Banging. Banging there. This will advantage Castanet up the inside. Let's see. Does the BMW get past the BMW? Let's going to see. Is that going to allow Dan Speed to have a look? And up the inside again. Ibrit trying as hard as he might. The Porsche keeps its nose firmly shut on the door then. And this is allowing Dan Speed to battle. And Dan Speed having a look to the outside. Porsche, BMW, BMW, Porsche, BMW. The Germans battling here at Germany. And there's a bit of a mistake again from Ibrit. Trying to battle Matteo. Trying to make a mistake. Great battle here. Look at this. All the top 5 still in the same camera shot. Look at this. Nose to tail stuff. Great stuff to see. And again, looking to the inside over Ibrit may. But it will not end badly. He runs a bit wide. We're all saying it could end in tears. I think it might as well. Cass having another look there. Bit of a mistake then from the front 2. And all this allowing Dan Speed to look up the inside. But Dan Speed is having a look. He's pouncing! He is! He forces him wide! No cigar Lelo! Great stuff, he's going to be in the slipstream. Here comes the Scotsman to the outside of turn number 1. Let's see if he can pass him here. Going to force him to the inside to see if he can outbrake him here. He's going around the outside, straight around the outside and straight to the inside. Forces him wide. No, he's not having it. He gets a cut back up the inside. Absolutely none of it. Brilliant stuff here from the Scotsman. And again, they're side by side. He's going to be forced to the outside, be squeezed off there. Thinks about trying to get a cutback. No cigar Len. But he does get a good exit though. And again, I think having a look. No, he doesn't. The camera angle mistakenly tricks us. Mistake for the leader. Matteo is now second, so Ibritz forces a mistake at last. We just catch the end of that there, I was catching a breather, but making a pass there, and there is contact, banging Cassinet and Dan Speed round the outside. He's forcing, and let's see, no, he gets a bad exit again. So these two battling as hard as they like here. Meanwhile, as Cassinet runs wide there. On the inside, there's a flying car, and it's Vectro diving up the inside. Brilliant stuff. Let's see, though, Dan Speed's going to go straight past in the Porsche. Look at the speed he's got on that day, on the Flying Netherlands. The Flying Dutchman versus the Flying Scotsman. And they're going to see, looking like they're close. And no, he's got past again up the inside. Great stuff. Indeed, I want to say sorry for anyone who's got the burst eardrums. My mic isn't the best, though I am trying to improve it. So do tell me if it does sound any better. Do please say. Because I have moved the position off a little bit there, so do say if it's still inaudible. Though I think it might be a bit better. Ibritz is leading though. Matteo, Cass, Dan Speed, Vector, and I think that was a mistake, and it is a mistake. That's Dan Speed running wide. So he got on the curb. I thought we saw a little bit of his grass kicking up. He's gone wide, so that's bad for him. Rip it up in 6th. Keeping it together. It might be in 7th if he's not careful. Then Hussar, Gav, Math, and Iceman. He's struggled from the start after contact. Though he is going to come back probably through this race. And I do expect him to see like that come through and get a few positions. Vector running out onto the cheeky little curb he can run onto there. So a bit cheeky there from Vector there, the Flying Dutchman. There. Matteo second. Let's see. Slower, so, well, the quickest man on track right now is Cassinet there by some 3/10. So he's going to be catching Lee's front, guys. Fight a little bit. With a lock up there again from Vector. Dan Speed likewise following him through. And Rip It Up doing a good job in 6th position. They're doing a fairly good job actually. Keeping ahead of Mayo. And then we've got the car of Hussar, Gav, and Math Gamer all the way down the back. And Iceman, of course, after going off at turn number 1, all the way down the back of the field then. So we come into this little section where a little bit goes on. We do just have to say, looking through the drivers here, pretty sort of say it's been a fantastic race as per usual from the good old Scotsman Dan Speed doing a fantastic job. However, the man of the day right now going to this man up front, Matteo, 2nd place in the Porsche, number 71, doing a fantastic job. The man from Italy who was in LMP3 struggled quite a lot there, of course, if you remember watching back there. Did have quite fun racing though. I think actually, if I remember in the pre-season, that was me who fouled with him a few times. So it's good to see that a fellow driver who joined last season coming already up into 2nd here, doing a fantastic job in this race so far. However, 40 whole laps to go here in the beautiful, beautiful sunshine here at Ostrasaven. Maybe I should bring back the country thing. Well, the Flying Scots versus the Flying Dutches. That'll be interesting though, saying about the Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman is wide, and the Flying Scotsman will be behind. What was the fastest lap set in quali? I didn't exactly read off the top. I think it was a low. I think it was a 27. But I'm pretty sure it's pretty near the space they're going right now. I think it was a 27. Of course, these guys are running on full fuel, so I'm not exactly sure. Although I'm sure someone could go back in the stream and just have a little check as well. That'll be good to see. Another player I cannot remember. Dan Speed chasing down Vectro. A 27. I think it was a 127. There's a car running wide, and that's Matteo. He's dropped down to 3rd. So Cassinet flying right now in the BMW there. The Britishman going to be attacking the leader soon. He's a 28.5. compared to, I think, Ibrit's got a penalty. At 127.8. Well, I'm interested to see actually, low, because these guys are running full fuel and setting low 28. Well, casting it flying. As we look, Vectro kind of getting under attack from Dan. Speed again. Rip It Up is in 5th place, by the way, ahead of Mayo, Hussar, Gav, and then the rest following up the same. As we say, Math Gamer has a mistake in the black colour. Indeed, sorry for the jumping around as well. Of course, we can't aim for drivers just as easy as that. Bit of a bad line there from Dan. Speed, however, going to keep close. Meanwhile, Cass up front, looking like he's going to be battling for the lead any second here. Already, actually, to be honest, he's battling on the back of Ibrit. Indeed, just looking at the comments, people out of their comfort zones. Well, I think Ibrit might be out of his comfort zone right now. With 38 laps to go, we've already 10 laps in. It has only felt like 5. Indeed, battling hard then is the Britishman, attacking his fellow European, if I'm correct. Up the inside, actually forcing through. Fantastic stuff. He got a brilliant exit there. And to the outside is the Englishman. Let's see if he can do it on the outside. He won't be getting a there. Can he get a cutback? Very good place in his car then. So isn't letting there. I confirm it was a 27 dead. So thank you there, Wolf, for confirming that. But up front, Castanet trying to overtake the car of Ibritz, and has another little look there, I think. Very close into the hair chicane, the hairy chicane. And wide, he's gone wide. Through into the lead. Ibritz has got a penalty. And this has allowed Matteo through. This has allowed Vectro through. This has allowed Dan through. Terrible mistake there from the leader. Drops him down a whole 5 positions then. Well, 4, but 5 if you're being yourself and count 0th place. Well, Cass leads the way then, so it's only taken 10 laps for him to regain the lead from the start. And is leading. Matteo is 2nd, Vectro 3rd. Dan is 4th, Ibritz 5th. And then Rip It Up is in 6th. Indeed, that really did cost him, indeed, says Wolf. Matteo is 2nd. Well, I'm just going to go back for a little off topic here, as per usual. Talking about one thing, of course. If you didn't know about this group, we do have some, I think, 8 or 9 commentators. Now, of course, it is just a saying, quite annoying, of course, that we do have these times quite oftenly where we only ever have 1, maybe 2 here. So that is a shame indeed, as we look at casting up front. But yeah, we really, if I'm correct, should have 2 per race. But for some reason, no matter what happens, it doesn't. And that is counting, Wolf. You are technically a commentator. You're the kind of off-topic, kind of just throw it on in your kind of the supporting role. And we've got basically 9 people who want to be the best. Indeed, of course, quite often the half-leagues can't always make it. However, it is a shame, to be honest. Well, Matteo is back up to 2nd, so whilst we're rambling on, he's got back to 2nd. That was Ibritz, who's actually overtaken Dan Speed, who's got himself a penalty. So I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we'll carry on as like nothing happened. Ibritz is 4th then. It's going to be a battle to get back up front. 29.6. Of course, the tyres will be starting to go off. Indeed, well, going back to actually what Ethan said, his lap time being a 27.8. That is offline mode. Of course, offline mode tends, if I'm correct, to produce about 2 to 3 seconds at best. Quicker, if I'm correct. About a second, actually, depending on the driver, if it's on the steering wheel. So, well, it's actually quite an impressive lap time if you think about it, actually, with no setup. Looking back at it there. Indeed, life has to come first, unfortunately, says Mr. Soup, who joins us in the chat for the third commentator who's in the group right now in the chat. However, Barry's PlayStation, on the other hand, cannot be mistold. Indeed, and of course, we don't know where the others are, of course, though. That can be said the same. However, you look at it, even though people can't jump, they can still technically jump in and be like the kind of an anchor, just looking at the race and looking in the stream as well. Could be quite useful here. Well, having a few words, of course, afterwards for people about this. You could technically just still be in the party and just look backwards through the streams. And there. Exam is what I'm doing. I've got mine next week. It's English. And if you don't know I'm dyslexic, you do now. So, yeah. I'm doomed. Indeed, Wolf's got his marks for GCSE. Indeed, he'll be coming to you. He'll be year 10, if I'm not correct, for Wolf. He is in year 10, maybe year 9. I'm not sure. One of those two. Pretty sure it's year 10. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. Or do quote me if I'm wrong. Bit of a wobble there from Gt3. Now, going to take second, if I'm not correct, in the next few corners. Indeed, he is finished Thursday, so it's okay. So we will have Soup back in the comment box on Thursday. Year 10. So just going off top again to Wolf. What did you do for a work experience then? Because you would have, if I'm correct, if you're in year 10, you've had that. Indeed. ED question to anyone, what did they do for work? Their work experience when they're in year 10, if they did it. Of course, some people may not have. As that's a car running wide, and that is a lap car of, I'm not sure, that would be Mayo getting lapped. Wolf's doing on the railway. That would have been my dream thing, however, I got put in a bus depot. Well, buses. So, you know. That was fun. And you know, I'm also travel sick. This is awkward. Unfortunate, of course. Well, Gt3 second, Matteo first. Not first, Kasanitz third, Matteo second, Gt3 third. Ibritz is fourth, Dan is fifth, Ripit 6th, Passar 7th, Gav 8th, Ice 9th, Math 10, and Mayo is 11th. Of course, if you're wondering what this track does look like, it looks like that. For any of you eagle-eyed viewers who want to look close up, this track is called the Osterhaven Ring. Well, it's the Osterhaven Motorsport Park, actually, if I'm perfectly correct. Indeed, well, also just saying about Wolf there, he was going to do it, but if you didn't know, Wolf does go go-karting in real life, and he's actually pretty competitive. I'm pretty sure he's won a few races, if I'm correct. I do confirm on that, Wolf. I'm pretty sure you run a few races so far. That's Ibritz looking to get past Gt3. Indeed, as Mr. LeBlue there, I'm pretty sure that might be Sally. Or Sally supporters. The Rip It Up supporters are here strong there for our goodbye Rip It Up. Ibritz is challenging third. However, I don't think close enough yet to get past. So Wolf's really good at finishing third and second. So basically Kimmy just can't win. Hashtag sad face. Indeed. Well, Ibrit challenging third, not second, third. Keep forgetting and looking to the inside, I think. However, this is how the camera goes. It's a bit of a lie. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the track where that infamous crow came from. I can't remember who it said, but it goes, whoever made that corner to be taken to a dark room and beaten is the famous crow, that was once said. Indeed, as Vector running very, very, very wide there and having another look. He's going to the inside. Yeah, but they'll be very close. And then tears, yeah, and they do end in tears. They make contact. And spinning goes Vectro. And third place is Ibrits, and that's the outside. I think that's a back marker who gets on the gravel trying to avoid. So it's very dirty, and I'm pretty sure Ibrits will get a bit of a telling off for that. Bit naughty, bit of a squeeze. And yes, it was this track where that quote was made, and Vector passing is like, move over! What are you doing? That wasn't very fun. Perhaps he'll have to repay if he gets close enough. Piss him off as well. Of course, we don't condemn driving like that, however. We know what our favourite little Dutchman Max Verstappen's like. Like to have a bit of a battle and like to go for moves that aren't there. The Dutchman, well, going back to people Rip It Up, so I'm pretty sure is pitted. Yeah, Rip It Up has pitted. He's just exited the pit. So Rip It Up is the first pit stop, if I'm correct. Well, let's see what else has made overtakes or pit stops. I'm pretty sure also Iceman has pitted as well, because his lap time is a 41. So I think a few people have pitted. Hussar may have pitted. Hussar is pitting actually as we speak. Dan Speed has pitted as well, because his first sector was a 1 minute, so it's confirming he did make a pit stop. And Gavra's also in, as my neck has a bit of a click. That's really painful. Oh. Indeed, if you don't know the pain of having your neck click, or at least go really stiff, well, I'm having that feeling right now, so if you do know what it feels like, please sympathise with me. It really hurts. And Cass leads, Matteo second, Ibrits third, and Vectro on the gravel, and in the pit lane is fourth. Dan Speed will have to be interesting to see where he'll end up coming out in all this. He's just coming through the hairpin there, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can close up. Coming through into the long right hander then. Running a bit wide, very wide actually, should we say that. As we look at Math Gamer running 6th. Rip It Up 7th there in a wide zone. Do you know the pain of being kicked in the balls by someone wearing a steel cap boot? You don't? I do, actually. I really do. It hurts a lot. Vector exits the pit lane, and Dan Speed exits as well. So actually Dan Speed jumps. Yes, he has jumped Vector. So a great stop from Dan Speed puts him up in to 4th position. So a great stop then from the Scotsman. Now the question is, where will he be compared to Ibrits when he eventually makes his pit stop? So now Vector has now got a shifted attention now from trying to catch one car to probably now trying to catch two, because he's now got to overtake Dan's speed, Everett, and of course Matteo, and then Casper wants to win this race. However, I think winning this race could be on the cards here. However, 21 laps to go. You never know what could happen. Cass could have more problems. Vector could have even more problems. He gets a bit of a slide. And you never know who else could have problems. Math then Rip It Up. So Rip It Up doing a solid job in 7th. I'm pretty sure could be overtaking Math. I don't think Pit doesn't look to be pitting. Or doesn't look to have pitted, should I say. As I play with a toy spider. Which is oddly addicting to fling around. You lot have your fidget spinners, I have a fake spider. Bit of a slide there, looking at Sally joining us. So hello Sally. Sorry Rip It, no lie mate today. So you're doing okay Lo? Keep it up mate. Quality should have been better. Going on a practice sessions. Indeed his quality wasn't the best, although we can say he did have a few mistakes. Of course, it wasn't there for the entirety of the quali, so I'm not exactly sure how many mistakes. Only came in for the last 14-ish minutes after terminal internet problems. My Honda engine misfunctioned or misfired. What put me out? Doesn't look like the top pitting there. As Castanet is now starting to pull away actually. Though his lap time dropped by about 2 seconds so far, so definitely showing struggles. As we look at the battle for 5th position right now, as we look, and I think actually looking to the inside could be. Indeed, Mr. Lube says, Rip It Up, sad crying face, weird looking crying face. So we have many Rip It Up supporters here. We used to have lots of Faruko supporters, of course. We've lost them somewhere. Though we do, of course, love looking at our fellow person who is in the other group, of course. Indeed. Also, we've had a question to those in the chat. Does anyone know how to, like, untangle a microphone wire? Because he keeps doing that thing where I let go of it and it just tangles itself up into an infinite cube cord of doom and destruction. A bit of a bad line for Vector, was also saying that. Also say a bit of a bad line for Dan, was also saying that. Looking for the inside, not going to get it there. Though he runs very, very, very wide through the gravel. Oh! Vector having to use a little bit of a lucky glitch there to avoid having a bad accident. That was a bad mistake from Dan. Speeds put him down to 5th. Through the gravel he went, and that was very lucky that was not a big accident. So we now shift our attention, looking through the field. Mayo is catching Hussar. So we haven't spoken much about these people at the back. They're doing a good job. Of course, after the problem at the start, as of course, the driver's a bit far down the field. I think Vector got very, 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 very lucky. Indeed, Vector almost could have been involved in a huge accident. However, just avoiding a almost certain to be a worst case scenario, a spin in the gravel. Just gets away with it. Hussar and Mayo having a bit of battle. Although whilst we look at that, 26 laps to go. Of course, if you do have any comments, do put it in using the hashtag Gavra League Racing. Of course, that's clearly a thing in the chat. As we look at Mayo to go to the outside, and I think he's going to try it actually. No, maybe not. Maybe, yes. Hold up. Oh, that's not good. They banged into each other. That's a bit naughty there. Very clumsy stuff from Mayo, and it's not going to limp through, so Hussar is going to be definitely angry. And I'm pretty sure Mayo will get a penalty there from that if he doesn't let through. That was a very clumsy dive. Could have given more space, Low. From the angle, it is a bit hard to see. Low, and look, he's back. Bowie's connection has returned. However, he's some 40 years back. Mayo, no. Iceman, Rip It, Math, Dan Speed. And then we've got that. Just looking, so Bowie's internet has had a catastrophe, as per usual. However, if it does come through, that would be good. Yay for Bowie. Yes, hashtag Forza Bowie in the chat, everyone. We want that going for the next 2 minutes. Just hashtag Forza Bowie. As we look at Ibrich battling for second place with Matteo. Ready, fire, laps to go. Have you upset the other commentators, Evil? Where's Bowie Soup / Alan / Dorama? Well, Dorama I don't think does these days. Alan, I don't know. Soup's dead inside and doing exams, so he's very dead inside. And Bowie's internet's dead, and there's a car off. That's a lap car. That's a bit of naughty. So that's going to play big role in this battle, though. He's going to battle. He's not letting him through. That's very bad there. That's going to be a horrible. He's going to hold up the pair of them there. Does get through. And wide! And off! Mateo's made a mistake because of it. Second place goes to Ibrich. So, a mistake there caused by a lap car. And in the pit lane comes the pair of them straight away. So is in Castanet. So, the top three in at the same time. In as well comes Math Gamer. So, that was the person who was battling with them. There, a lap down, being a bit naughty, comes in as with them. So, this is their first rounds of pit stops. And this will be interesting to see, then, where will Vectro come there as he makes a mistake? Did he get tapped? I don't think he did. Very lucky then. It's going to be interesting. Where is Matteo going to come out in comparison to these guys? It's going to be close. So let's see. He's going to leave the pit lane now. Dan Speed could get past these guys. Let's see. Passing then. It's going to be close actually. Yes, he's through. Dan Speed is up into second. And running wide. Vector is third. And Matteo fourth. So Matteo's been jumped. So is Ibrich. So these two have been jumped massively then. By second and third position. Great pit stops then from those two. Of course, we've been the other way around. However, a bit of a mistake there from Vector cost them as they run very wide into the little kink there. Into the double kink. Vector running on the grass there. So Cass leads then. Dan Speed is second. So the Scotsman up to second. So England leads Scotland, leads the Netherlands, leads Italy, leads somewhere else, leads the UK again, leads the UK somewhere, and the good old USSR. Indeed, looking at the comments, indeed, the word exam has killed Soup. So, rest in peace, Soup. Of course, I do, of course, want to know where the other commentators are. Likewise, Dorama and that. Of course, they may not be unavailable, of course, we never know. However, it is a shame. However, at least I'm here, doing our beautiful commentating today in this beautiful round 2 Osterhaven in the middle of Germany. Johnny B says, is that a league? Yes, this is a league. Cassinet is leading the way then by some, I think 6 or 7 seconds. Let's confirm that right now. How much is he leading? 6 seconds? He is leading exactly 6 seconds. Jolly good there. Gt3 sitting behind then. It'll be interesting to see if he can catch. They are in the same shot. Matteo is in 4th position. Ibrit is 5th. Rip It Up is running down his 6th, having a bit of a struggle then. But is nonetheless 6th, doing a good job then in the McLaren 12C. Mayo 7th. Not 3rd, he is in 7th. Head of Iceman and then Hussar. So these 3 actually closing up together. It'll be interesting to see what they can do here. Of course, after Mayo gave a little bit of a bunt to Mr. Hussar. Be interesting to see if he can return the favour. However, he's got to get past that McLaren first. And that McLaren is no slow thing. Hope down speed isn't in the whole season. Indeed, we do hope so too. There's a mistake then for the Iceman, running a bit wide. 22 laps to go. 25 laps done. We've gone past the halfway distance now. The time is coming up to 9:50 UK time, or 10:50 in the Netherlands. In France, I think the same as well. And wherever you are in the world, indeed, hope you are enjoying yourself a lot. And thank you for joining us here as we look at a bit of a mistake there for Iceman, running a bit wide then. Hussar, though, returns the favour and goes even further off the track. So, never mind. As we say then, Castanet leads the way, so he's done a good job, of course. Dropped a few positions at the start. However, has come through and is now up into the lead again. Dan Speed coming from 5th place up to 2nd then, after a good battle then. Vectros jumps up a position up into 3rd and 4th. Ibrit as well. And I just realised, no I haven't. Rip It Up as well is in 5th, so doing a good job. I was wondering where Matteo is. The leader, the one who jumped up to pole off the start. He's all the way down in 6th then, after dropping quite a few positions. Mayo is 7th, Iceman 8th, and Hussar 9th. As I'm going to go for a quick little drink right now, although saying that, as we just see Hussar getting overtaken by Iceman, I'm going to go for a quick little drink quickly. Oh, Evil's coming back. You what, mate? Well, I'm back, indeed. For my little temporary break, just had a little drink. As we look at Matteo battling with Rip It Up. $18 laps to go. And it is going to be heating up quite a bit then. Cass leads, Dan second, Vectro third, Itbridge fourth, Rip It Up and Matteo battling here, and Matteo is going to try and turn that to Matteo fifth and Rip It Up sixth. However, right now it's continuing that way and actually going across the curb, and he'll be getting a penalty if he's not careful there. Mayo, Iceman, Hussar, and Gav and Math Gamer rounds up the back. No retirement so far in this race. With 18 to go, that is extremely good stuff to see. Indeed. Indeed as well, if you do have any questions, do feel free to pop them in the chat, and I will answer them, or anyone else, of course, as well, can answer it as well. So do feel free to ask any random questions you want, if it's about this or if it's just about anything general. Please do feel free to put it in. As Matteo diving up the inside and banging. We thought that may happen. Poor old Rip It Up is been banged. A question from Wolf. What is the question? I'm putting you on timeout is the question of the question. That's a paradox. Now we're banging to the outside. I'm afraid that was a bit of a squeeze then. So Rip It Up giving Matteo the cold shoulder. As we just noted, Dan's speed has been overtaken by Vectro. Catching that then. Matteo continuing to pile pressure on Rip It Up, however, once we look at that instead. Indeed. Cass leads the way. Vectro still in second, so he's doing good. Matteo props squeezing the lime. He's getting all the juices out of that lime before eating it whole. And I think he's been eaten whole by the lime instead, as he's gone and made a mistake. So the toothpaste looking livery car, I think that reminds me of the toothpaste livery from somewhere, has been well and truly squished off the track and is going to be under attack from no one. There's Mayo and Iceman battling in the pit lane then behind. So Matteo making a mistake. Rip It Up will remain in fifth. So doing a fantastic job actually now. In has come Dan's speed. Indeed, as our love truly is coming for the Rip It Up, our favourite driver, I think, now. Indeed, sorry for about the quick sudden pause there. We are back, just need a little drink of water. You wouldn't want to know why. Too much information, indeed. Vectro is second. Indeed, like I said, any comments there? Hit easy peasy, limey squeezy. Rip It Up enters the pit. So, this would be an easy peasy, limey squeezy pit stop for the orange car. So the orange limes, of course, looking to be going quick. Enters the pit, comes Gav as well. So 15 laps to go. It'll be interesting to see now who is going to be making that pit stop up front. I'm pretty sure Gt3 could go to the end. Indeed, it is now hammer time for Rip It Up. He's down into 7th. And he is a long way down in 7th, should we say. As Gav exits that pit box, now in 10th. He'll be 11th by the time you get into turn 1. So Gav will end now in 11th place and down the back. Iceman is behind Mayo again. So, the mayonnaise is verbalating heat then from the Iceman. Rip It Up is in 7th, just up the road from these guys, who's going to be challenging the next car up the road in the future. It should be Hussar. Mateo is behind Dan Speed, who is going to have to be catching the cars ahead. And enters the pits comes Gt3. So this is crucial. This is a crucial stop lane from Gt3. If he's going to get second in this race, or is he going to be third and have to battle for it? That's the crucial thing. It's a good first sector, and it's a good second sector as well from Dan Speed. Can run as wide as he wants there into the penultimate corner. Is this hammer time from the Scotsman? Can he overtake Gt3? He's going to be leaving now, and he is leaving now. So we'll be eagerly waiting on our screen, should we say. There is Gt3 coming to the end of the pit lane. Larry's Dan Speed is going to be close. However, I think he's got it. Yes, he has. Dan Speed up into second. It will be second, however, unless Ibris doesn't pit. He is into third, so he is ahead of Gt3. So great stop then from the Scotsman. Indeed, so as it currently stands, Cass leads, Ibrit second, Dan third, Gt3 fourth, Mateo fifth, Hussar is sixth, Rip It Up is now in 7th, ahead of Mayo, Iceman, Math and Gav. Still got all 11 runners here in this race, so a great showing from them. So Gt3 is now going to have to put the pressure back on to Dan Speed. And unless these leaders pit, it looks all solid for them to stay where they are. Oh, we got a car off his Gt3! In the wall, he's gone and bottled it! Spinning the rears up, that's a catastrophe then! And that isn't what we want to see, is he got damage on that car. He's going to carry on, but spinning in the wall. Tragedy then from the Flying Dutchman. Flashing the line car of... That will be Rip It Up. Let's go out the way. But for the second race in a row, Gt3 having a monstrous accident then. And that's another hole in the wall for Gt3 then. Dear oh dear as well. Not what you want to see then. With around 12 laps to go, it looks all good then for Gt3 to finish in 4th. Dan Speed, should we say, is in 3rd. However, I say that, he goes wide. Keeps the car on the track, however, so that is good indeed. I do just want to say quickly to anyone in the chat, questioning if my mic quality does sound a little better now from what it used to. My mic is now further away from the mouse, so it should, in theory, slightly sound better. However, don't quote me on that at all, because it's me, and my mic isn't the best. However, I found out, good news, it glows in the dark if you plug it in correctly on a PC. Oh, Gt3 running even wider there, so Gt3 pushing that car to the limit. 28 at 37. Entering the pit lane is Hussar. So Rip It Up will be now up into 6th. For all of you Rip It Up lovers who love your good old Rip It Up, will be in 6th position. In the pit box is Hussar. Math Gamer is now behind Gav again. So Gav is back up to 10th. We'll be up to 9th. Iceman and Mayo still battling together though. Wolf's basically saying he can't hear the difference. Well, that's always promising. If anything to go by, however, we've missed it per usual. But Vectro's got ahead of Dan. So as per usual was me gloating about and looking at other things. There's been another overtake. And Dan's speed, I think, must have spun somewhere. Yes, you can see second sector, so he's gone and made a mistake in the second sector again. So as per usual with me, we miss the action. So it's now going to be Dan's speed in 4th. Vector back up to 3rd. And again, running a bit wide. So Dan's speed perhaps has a problem on that car. But continuing with the presence of my beautiful, always missing the good action. I was too busy looking at Mayor and Iceman to concentrate on the battle that was suddenly very quickly involving up front. Between the Flying Scotsman and the Flying Dutchman. Well, looking back actually, these two are catching Rip It Up. Well, looks of it. Either that or is the other way around. And they're definitely catching. Back up into the battle for 3rd. Looks like Ibrit will continue on then. And isn't going to pit. We're looking at the battle for 3rd position here. And it definitely looks to me like Dan is going quicker than Vectro. So, Scotland versus the Netherlands. The Flying Scotland versus the Flying Dutchman. A boat versus a train. It's the battle of all time. Now, Dan Speed's got a supreme slipstream in that car. And I think he's looking to the inside straight away. He breaks out of it early, realising that that corner won't end well. As they head into turn number 1. Into the long, almost 180 degree right-hander. In fact, it is 180. Catching up to a car spinning into the gravel there. That is a lap car. No need to worry about that. However, we will need to worry about that because he's got away. Oh, the contact. That was a huge impact. It's all gone wrong. There's another brick in the hole there. And who was that? Math Gamer caused an accident spinning around Vectro. Tragedy then. After a horrible mistake. Not what you want to see here in Germany. And off! Oh, Vector goes off! Oh, he's gone into the grass, and just as Sally said about Vector getting overtaken, he has been overtaken. Math Gamer has put a massive dent in that there, and off has gone Dan as well. So these two struggling then. Want to know who's in the middle? That is Rip It Up in the middle. Probably pondering how he's got here. But Rip It Up in the middle of this kind of awkward battle going on here. And Math Gamer will probably be told off from that. Math must have picked up... Well, I think Math kind of just spun off. And it's just lucky, to be honest. At least this battle wasn't any further back. If they're any slower, they're going to be overtaken by... Mayor and Iceman here are battling their way as hard as they can. And Iceman still can't get past this car. As Rip It Up. Wow, Rip It Up's gone past Dan. Dan's had to let Rip It Up through. And then he's gone wide. So this is interesting to say the least. Wow, this is a extremely interesting situations going on here where Dan and oh dear, Rip It Up also getting in the way here. Everyone's extremely running close together here. Iceman's dropped back, so Mayo is going to challenge Rip It Up, who was for a moment challenging Vector and Dan for a position. It's very confusing. Indeed, like Wolf said, look, if you're a back marker, you don't just stop all of a sudden. You get out of the way as soon as you can on a straight or in a sensible position. Of course, sometimes you can't. However, like that is a mistake! And up the inside goes Vector. Dan's speed making a bad mistake then. And drops again back down. Indeed, I think the rules need to be enforced about that. Dan's speed having another little look then. There. Not going to get through there. As you can see, Rip It Up and Mayo still together in the background then. 7 laps to go. Cass leads. Ibrit second. Vecto third. Dan is fourth. Mateo fifth. Rip It sixth. Mayo seventh. Iceman eighth. And Gav ninth. Indeed, the rules should be enforced. I totally agreed with that. The back marker rule is a tricky one, but it can be worked on. Indeed, I would also be rather annoyed if that happened to me as well. However, Dan's speed struggling in the Porsche now compared to the Beamers. So the BMW of Vectro definitely looking to be more nice on the tyre wear. Of course, Dan pitted earlier, of course, as well, which doesn't really help. Indeed, as Vectro uses the little sneaky escape road that me and him were talking about. He's used that a bit many times, of course. I think you can't really get told off there. Tell you now, Rip It won't let Mayo past. Indeed, well, you never say that because he's currently 2 seconds quicker in the first sector. However, the lap time is only 2/10, so never mind. Dan's speed continuing to put pressure on Vectro. Be interesting to see if the Scotsman and the Dutchman can battle out here. It's been a brilliant drive from Dan's speed, of course. 5th up to 4th, of course. Passing the car of Math Gamer, who was left the session, by the way. Not Math Gamer, who was overtaken. Passing the car of Mateo, but Math Gamer is the first retiree of this session. Which, of course, is annoying there. Don't exactly know what lap he's gone on. However, he is out of the race. So, Dan's speed is going to be overtaking Vectro on track. He's got 6 laps to try it. And he's equalled in the first sector within the 1,000th of a second. The second sector, he is 2/10 quicker. So again, catching back up. With some 6 laps to go, of course. We never know what's going to happen in GT3. And you never know what happens in racing, as per usual. Anything can happen, and it usually does. Oh dear, there's Iceman going off again, trying to catch Mayo. So these guys here, the battle for 6th place has been kind of stabilised now. Rip It Up, definitely putting the power on. Indeed, well, we never know what happened. He may have disconnected, but I'm pretty sure he did leave. It's a bit naughty in the way. I think he will be told off after that. Of course, it would have been good if I was involved in the GT3 group chat, so I can just look in there and just kind of give my pointers out from the commentator's view. Of course, I'm not in there. However, it would be good if I was, but I'm not. Indeed, that is looked down on, one of those two. Dan Speed again, quicker in the first sector by some tenth or two. Right up the back there, and I think actually having a bit of a look then. Having to go a little bit defensive then. Again, the second sector, he's... Oh, there's contacts! What happened? Vectro loses the rear end. I don't think Dan had anything he could have done there. A very odd accident then. Vectro just lost the rear, spun up then. And he's gone straight. I think he's going at the pit. Something's gone terribly wrong there. Whatever happened then? Nonetheless, Dan up to third, and I think perhaps slowing down. We don't know. I don't think he is. We'll find out, but very, very weird thing to happen there. So, basically, if you're just joining us here, or just wondering what's going on. Definitely looks like Vectro spun up the rears there and got straight pounded by. No way Dan Speak got out of there. Looked like big contact to me. Well, definitely got a good angle of that. Definitely Vectro spun the rears up then, and Dan Speed had absolutely nowhere to go, of course. So you can't really get too annoyed at that with racing. Of course, I'm putting that down to a racing incident. Rip it up. Mayo and Iceman still all together. I think Iceman, to be honest, closing up again here. 4 laps to go, or they've got a few more than 4, but however they will have 4 because they're a lap down. I think this time actually having a good chance of getting past here is Iceman on that car, going to the inside and finally having a look for the first time in a while. And let's see, can he get past at last? No, he can't, so he's still stuck behind. And perhaps actually up the inside, side by side. However, I don't think he's going to get it yet. Bit of battle. Let's see if Iceman, is he going to try chuck one up the inside perhaps? No, he won't. However, it goes very deep. Goes Mayo battling. Nice cutback from Iceman and straight through. Brilliant move then from the Britishman on Mayo, who I'm not sure where he's from. But a bad mistake there. Mayo has a bit of a look there. However, none can overtake there. Meanwhile, Dan Speed is in third. Rip it up, letting through. That's how you let a car through. Pulls over on the apex. Good move then. Well, good getting out of the way. I like saying good a lot. Mayo looking back to the inside, perhaps. That'll be a bit of a bad move to try. Backs out of it sensibly there. So now Vector's going to have to re-catch and re-overtake Dan. However, he's gone wide again, so I definitely think he's got damage on that car, as you can see from a Rip It up there in 6th place there, sitting behind. Maths to take lessons. Indeed, Maths, we never know. Maths did look like he went on the grass. Perhaps couldn't really get out of the way and kind of tried to move, and they just ran into the back of him. It's a very clumsy incident, of course. We never know what happens here, so I'm going to try and leave it as that. Could have been either way. We never know. There could have been damage on that car. Rip It Up is currently, I'm going to say this, looks quicker than Vectro. However, isn't, because he's some 3 seconds slower that lap. Looks quicker right now. 2 laps to go here in the beautiful, beautiful German Grand Prix. Casting it, the Britishman looking to make a win. The clouds slightly coming over, of course. No chance for rain, of course. Here we've only 2 laps to go, unless a sudden downpour, but it doesn't look like there wasn't any forecast for any rain here today. Iceman and Mayo still battling, however, further down. As Mayo continues to put pressure, and I think Iceman spun. He did. Got a bad angle. Iceman had a mistake and has dropped back behind his fellow driver. So these two battling absolutely ferociously through this race. And yet still remain in the same positions. However, he's gone off again. And this is going to end up a bit awkward. Iceman C going to go to the outside and get it there. Breaks out early. And that's a weird mistake from him, Mayo, and Iceman pits. Okay, that's a very odd thing to go. 1 lap to go then. Is leader on. Matteo is in 5th. So Matteo's not done the worst job here. Struggling, of course, in that car. Pulls over a little bit then. I want to say, Vecto has caught Dan's speed back up. However, I'm pretty sure these guys are some half, maybe a lap down. Interesting pit lane from Iceman, it was. I don't want to say this, these guys are a lap down. No, they're not. They're almost a lap down. As there is another car getting out of the way. That is Gav. So these guys near a lap down. So Vectro is going to be having one more attempt at Dan's speed for that podium. He may have run out of fuel. That is indeed true. He could have run out. As these two have one more to go. Meanwhile, never mind those two battling up the way there. Coming through this final corner, I reckon Casanet's car may be scrutineered to Sally, but crossing the line, Casanet wins round number 2 and 2 in a row for number 1. Brilliant stuff by him. However, we never mind that. We've got another lap of battling here from Vectro and Dan's speed. These two are going to be battling all the way to the end. Indeed, ballast of 2 tons may be added. However, we've only got 1 lap to go, and I think the battle for 3rd and 4th could be almost decided here in the next coming corners. Ibrit is coming across the line and he's finished second, so good job then there. However, we look at this battle for 3rd. Vector all over the back, but is it too late? He runs right again. There's another mistake. And he's running out of opportunities. Just these few corners, the penultimate corner, and then the final 2. I think it's almost all but done. Unless he can do something then. Bad mistake, bit of a wide. I think it's all but done. Yes, it's coming through the final corner. Dan Speed, the Scotsman, comes through the final corner to take a fantastic 3rd place from Vectro. There he is, 3rd place, Vectro 4th. Matteo, I'm pretty sure, is in 5th. Rip it up. Coming through the final corner is in 6th. Mayo 7th. Gav is 8th. Hussar is 9th. Iceman ended up in 10th place then, and last because of his mistakes. So bad stuff from him then. However, it's been a great job from your leader. Indeed, and looking at the beautiful, beautiful dare up the front. The winner, Casanet. And to go along with the fact Casanet won, it's time for the British National Anthem. So we'll stand for our British National Anthem. Indeed, congratulations to our winner there. Again, Brilliant job, Len. Catching it on front.
Indeed, congratulations to our winner there.
What about German for the car? Yeah, I would, but for some reason last time I did that and got copyright claim for the German anthem. However, if next time there is longer, we may be able to play it. Indeed, for the manufacturer. However, great job there. Driver of the day is going to go to Dan Speed, in my opinion, for that. Great job there. Wait, what? That was the math incident? I think it was about tennis laps to go. Don't quote me on that. Indeed. Wolf, we can have a look in a minute if you want to join the party for it. If you want to join, do send me a message on PSN if you do. However, I'm going to rate that race a solid 8 out of 10. However, until next time, I'm pretty sure there is a race tomorrow. Don't know if we'll be doing it. However, we might. And indeed, the Group B race with Wolf will be in it. Will be on a beautiful, beautiful Friday afternoon. Indeed. So, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Until then, ta-ra, and thank you for joining us in Germany.